When I was out going to seminary in California, I went to a rescue mission with two other seminary students. One was a seasoned guy at rescue missions. The other guy was brand new. And I went to watch because I had preached at rescue missions in Tulsa before going. And the one guy preached a sermon about 5 minutes long. His first sermon he ever preached in his life. And he had all these notes and everything, but after 5 minutes he was done. He didn't know what else to do. So the other guy got up there and started talking. But the other fellow made a statement that I disagree with, and most people I respect disagree with it. But he made the statement that he didn't think sin was something you were born with, that it was something you did after you were born, which obviously I don't agree with. And I think this verse right here is one of the reasons why I don't agree with it. David said this, he said, "Behold, I was brought forth in iniquity, and in sin my mother conceived me." That means when the day he walked into this world, or he came into this world through the birth canal, sin came with him. In sin my mother conceived me. Even inside the womb there is sin operating in there, and that kicking little baby that's going to be coming out in the open air at some time, that baby has a sin principle working in its life. And anybody that's had a baby, and I'm working on number 6, every one of them does the same thing. Almost. I'm going to tell you about one that's kind of odd. But every one of them does the same thing. They say, "Mine, give me, I want this, you do this for me." If they were 6 foot tall and 200 pounds, they'd kill you because they're so selfish. They want things their way. They're going to cry, they're going to kick, they're going to scream to get it. Because that original sin is working in their lives. And adults hopefully can curb that. God's grace can certainly deal with that in our lives. But even adults, they're a little more sophisticated, but they do the same types of things. And sometimes much, much worse. Matthew is the one that really confuses me. Because Matthew is a very giving. He is 5 years old. We went to Ryan's the other night. And all 3 of the kids, the younger kids, got a balloon as we were leaving. And of course, one of them walked out, and we tell him every time, "Don't let go of the balloon. When you walk out, it's got helium in it, it's going to take off." So he gets in the van, he's held it that long, but then somebody opens this door of the van, and it just goes off, and he's, "My balloon, my balloon." So we get to home, and there's 2 balloons left. Well, somebody opens both doors at home, and there goes Timmy's balloon off into the sky. Matthew's the only one left. And Timmy's crying about his balloon, and Matthew's right behind him saying, "You can share my balloon. You can share my balloon. Timmy, you can share my balloon." So immediately willing to share his balloon. We get inside, and one of the kids has taken his Christmas money and bought $6 worth of candy down at Sunfresh. So he's got this big bag of candy. And of course, he's guarding it with his life. And it happens to spill on the ground, and Timmy's just fighting to get to it. And Matthew's got one gummy worm in his hand. And the other kids are fighting Timmy off, saying, "No, Timmy, you can't. No, Timmy, you can't have any of this." And Matthew says, "Timmy, you can have half my worm if you want half my worm." So he totally breaks the mold there. But even Matthew has evidences of original sin in his life. That means that we were born into this world with a sin principle at work. Now, I don't think that if a child dies, that the wages of that sin are placed upon that child. I believe there's an age of accountability. I believe God designed us to be born, this tall and 20 pounds, and to have no ability to rationalize 20 pounds. 20 inches. Wow. My dad was 13 pounds, so he... to be born little, but not only little in size, but little in development. And as they grow, they develop. And as they develop, they get the ability to rationalize and to determine, well, this was wrong and this was okay. And God designed that. We didn't design that. And so under God's design, I think God makes us accountable at a point where in His design, in human development, we have the capability to become accountable, to understand, to rationalize what that problem is and what that issue is in our life.